We're going to be taking a quick look at this knife tonight. This is the Boker Protech Burnley Kwaiken. That is quite a mouthful. Can you guys tell what each of these have in common? I'll give you a hint. It's the blade. All of these designs, the blade fits entirely in the handle, so you've got no blade showing. I don't know if there's an actual term for this. I really like that design though. Even this knife, this is probably the worst knife I have ever purchased. This is a Bare Ops stiletto in carbon fiber. Absolutely the worst fit and finish of any knife I've ever owned. However, grew on me the moment I saw it. Getting out of the way, what do we have here? Well, this is the Boker Kwaiken in titanium. I kind of anodized the titanium scales myself. I also added some gimping along the flipper tab because it's very easy for your finger to slip off of this thing. The jimping kind of helped, It's not the best job, kind of hacked it up, but it's functional. As you can see, the auto is a little bit slimmer because of that flipper tab not being present. When I first got this, the blade had so much rebound that it would not lock up. I had to really tighten the pivot screw and slow down the deployment speed to prevent that. Now that I've got it kind of tuned in, I'm just waiting to see if it works itself loose. So far it has not. It's a very, very stabby knife. If you're not careful, you will poke something, and once it pokes, it goes right through. This is made exclusively by Protech. Boker cannot design automatics in Germany, nor can they sell them overseas. So they reached out to Protech and made a collaboration to build this knife entirely in the US. It is 154 cm, and it does have the Made in USA stamp, which is pretty sweet. Fit and finish on it is absolutely excellent. I have zero complaints on any part of the knife. Even that rebound action where it was popping out too hard, I could totally overlook that. I'd rather have a knife that pops out too fast and too hard than one that's too weak that it doesn't fully engage. I think this was a Bladehq exclusive. I'm not 100% sure. I sent a link to my girlfriend showing her this, and she took it upon herself to purchase one for me. Didn't ask her to. I was just trying to show her off the model. I thought it was really cool, and like I said, she just took it upon herself to buy me one. If you've got the original, the blade shapes are just a little bit different. This swedge that's in the top is there, but it's really subtle. It's nowhere near as deep. And you can really tell that when you're looking down at the knife like this. You can really see the difference between the two. All in, it's a pretty straightforward knife. I mean, there's no jimping. It's pretty slick. The anodized aluminum is not that chalky stuff like you find on a lot of Benchmades. It's kind of smooth. The action is, you know, once I got it tuned in and dialed in, the action is fine. I've got no complaints there. Fit and finish, again, is perfect. Pocket clip. You got a little bit of knife that rides out of your pocket. You know, that may be a negative towards some people, and it's also non-reversible, so it's tip up, right hand carry. The original model is the exact same way, so if you're used to that, you already have one and you want the automatic version, you won't see much difference. I brought out a couple other knives here just to show the difference in size. This is a Boker Kalashnikov and a Benchmade 940. It's the dagger style grind. And I'll go ahead and bring out the couple of the other knives I had with me. This is the HEA Design Equilibrium. This is the first version. A fairly large knife. It's about a 4-inch blade. At the end, I am going to do a cut test and measure where the factory edge is located currently. Once I get it sharpened, we'll do another one and see how much better I can make it. I'm going to go ahead and test the edge. I'm not even going to worry about the belly in this knife. I'm just going to concentrate on the flat. Let me get this written down. It's 187. $193. And 180. So after you average out these numbers, you get 186 point, we'll say 7. That's not bad at all for a factory edge. Not at all. So props to Protech for putting a nice sharp blade on this guy. Appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them below. Y'all have a good one.